Hello everyone, it's Tilly from Tilly Journals and welcome back to my channel. I am here with my August wrap up of my budget and my September setup of my budget. I have lots of things here, so let's show you. First of all, I've got a load of washi tape. These three are Simply Gilded. This one is a random one I think I got from Hobbycraft with cats on. Cute. Let's put those off to one side. We'll need them in a minute. We have my budget planner, which we'll get into it in a minute. Then sticker wise, I have the A6 budget kit from Colourful & Co. These are coming out in September. So you get a 2-page budget kit. So you got your monthly budget, weekly check-in, transaction log, sinking events, debt tracker, cash envelopes. Fine. And then I have 5 one-page Wednesdays to set up the weeklies as well. So I've got Pride Vibes. This is the last time I'm going to be using one-page Wednesdays because these are the last of my one-page Wednesdays / one-page kits. So we have Pride Vibes by Colourful & Co. We've got some foil overlays to go over the washi. We've got blue glitter from Planner Face. Ooh, some more foil overlays. We've got Cat Lover from Colourful & Co. More foil overlay. Supernova from Planner Face and Love Yourself from Colourful & Co. At both Colourful & Co. and Planner Face you can use Tilly 10 to save. I am PR for Planner Face, so I do get a discount for promoting her stickers. Colourful & Co. Beth is just a wonderful human and a friend, so she has a code for you guys for me. I also have date dots from my shop and then some Build You and Paydays I made myself ages ago that I'm just using up. So that's what we're working with. So without any further ado, let's have a little look through September. Okay, so let's start by looking through August and how that went. So the 1st of August, my Patreon direct debit came out and my boyfriend bought protein, which half came out of his fun money and half came out of groceries. We'll go through the wrap up at the end. So I'm just going to go through like all the weeks and what we spent, just so you know, because I feel like that's probably really helpful. But let me know down below what you think. Then the 3rd was the first Monday, like the first non-weekend day of the month. So our rent came out, so that's mine and my boyfriend's, my monthly rent and my boyfriend's weekly rent. Our BMA membership came out. My MDU membership came out, which was part of sinking funds. Bought something for gifts, presumably some cards, I don't remember what at all, and we went out for one of our rent meals, which is from a sinking fund. I bought McDonald's because I'd had a rubbish day at work on the Tuesday. That was $3.97. My boyfriend bought some bread on the Wednesday. Thursday was a no spend day. Friday we paid for my boyfriend's car to pass its MOT, which was $466.93. It was an expensive car month, let's just say that. My boyfriend bought a watch protector for his watch, which came out of other, and I bought snail cream, which comes out of the toiletries sinking fund. Saturday was another no spend day, the 8th. 9th I bought petrol and we bought ID badge holders for work, so that came out of a sinking fund for like work exams or textbooks or something. So that's that week, and this kit was by Planner Face. That kit is Colourful & Co. This kit is also Colourful & Co. Again, Monday is rent day for my boyfriend, so he paid that. It was his 3 phone bill. We bought a card, which was which comes out of the gift sinking fund, and we went out for another rent meal, another rent meal, another rent meal. Just so you know, we went out for a lot of meals this month because of Eat Out to Help Out. So these 2 were just 2 of us. This one, 3 of us. These were 4 of us. These 2 were 4 of us, and this was 6 of us. I think these 2 were at more expensive places than this one, obviously. Then I paid for my car repairs, which was $728.61. Ouch. It's been an expensive month. We bought some cards again, which always comes out of gift sinking funds. My boyfriend bought an armband for running, which came out of his fun money. Friday, Saturday and Sunday were all no spend days, so that's that. I'm going to make myself, because I've not got very many of these no spend stickers left, so I'm going to make myself some no spend stickers to replace them. This is another Planner Face kit. So on the 17th my parents were away this week, so these meals just came out of, they were Eat Out to Help Out, but they just came out of our general food budget. So we've got eating out for $20.60 there, petrol for my boyfriend, I think there, £38. Yeah, my petrol's more than that normally. It's actually diesel, that's partly why. My boyfriend's rent, and then I paid customs on something which half came out of other and half came out of my fun money. On the Tuesday I bought an SPC kit. I don't remember what the SPC kit from the Bicycle Trade. and a washi tape, which was the £5.50. That came out of my fun money. Went out for dinner again, which was £35.37, and my boyfriend paid for his prescription, which was £9.15. On the 19th, I had my Mind direct debit, our YouTube direct debit, so that's YouTube Premium, a family membership. I bought my PR pack from Plannerface, which again came out my fun money, which was £14.45, and we went out for dinner for £23.80. On the 20th, I bought petrol again, which was £45. Friday was no spend, and Saturday my boyfriend bought coffee filters, so that was £6.50, and Sunday was a no spend. I might go through and look how many no spend days we had. The no spend I track in the sidebar, by the way, is when I don't spend money or I don't spend unnecessary money. It kind of varies a little bit which of those that I do. 24th, boyfriend's rent direct debit and my phone bill, and that's going up to £20 in October. I've got like 6 months half price. The 25th, my boyfriend went to KFC with my brother and spent £12.49. Wednesday was a no spend day. Thursday was a no spend day. Friday, my boyfriend bought trainers and socks, which came out of the clothes sinking fund for running. He bought petrol, which was £37. The washing machine broke this day, and because we kind of felt like it was our fault, we paid for the washing machine cleaner for it. And then I bought some things in a de-stash, which came from my fun money. And then the 31st, did I say this kit was Plannerface? This kit was Plannerface. This kit is Colourful and Co. 31st, we went out for another meal, the last Eat Out to Help Out meal. So that comes out of sinking funds, and my boyfriend paid his rent. So that's everything we've spent. So let's look at no spend days. So we've got 1, 2, 3. And this is just complete no spend. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 no spend days, which I think is pretty good going. So yeah, that's everything that we spent. So let's go through the monthly pages, and like I've done all the maths and stuff, but I'll show you what we spent. So that's how our monthly came out. This is just for reference really more than anything. Okay, so let's start with the weekly check-ins. So basically, actually we don't need to go over the weekly check-ins really, and this is just for us to know where we're at really. But that's how my weekly check-ins look. So I just do start minus an end, and the number in brackets, when there's a number in brackets, is the total to that point. I don't know what to do with this little total bar. Let me know down below what you do with it, or what you think I should do with it, because I don't really know what to do with it. Okay, so this is how our monthly budget came out. This is our pay. So yeah, then okay, let's go through sinking funds first. So sinking funds rent meals started with £961, put in 100, took out £389, so we've ended with 672. Car insurance, we just put £80 in, and that stayed the same. Car work, we did with 500, we put 160 in, we spent over £1,000 on our cars, nearly £1,200, and so that has a minus figure for now. So we are putting more into that in September so we're putting £600 in to make that back to zero. How that worked is that has just stolen from other categories for now, and we will replace it to make it right. Toiletries started with £2, put in £30, and we spent £24.36, so that was on like the face cream and stuff. Prescriptions started with 113, put in 28, spent £9.15, finished with 132. I'm about to buy my prepayment certificate, that's why that's so much. And this is meant to cover like glasses and stuff like that as well. Clothes, we started with 40.80, spent 46 on trainers, leaving us with 39. Gifts, we started with 450, put in 160, spent 13.74, and left with 596.26. This is why I am cards and everything. This is so much because I literally anything, so cards, postage, anything like that goes in gifts category. Headspace started with £12.50, put in £4.20, ended with £16.07. Holidays started with £5, put in £125, and finished with £130. Electronics started with £200, put in £100, and ended with £300 because we didn't spend anything. New car, similarly, put in £170, ended with £175. Furniture, we didn't spend anything. Planner, we didn't spend anything. Baked in, didn't spend anything. Indemnity, started with 40, put in 10, spent 48, so ended with £2. GMC, started with 5, put in 28, and ended with 33. Work exams put in 100, ended with 105. Textbooks, we spent £9.99 on the ID badge things, so ended with 15.01. An emergency fund we didn't touch. So that's how our sinking funds have gone. This would have been a lot nicer without that car work, but the car work needed doing. We need our cars, so whatevs. Cool. So going on to this page, obviously our income is our income. So how did we do with our budget in general? So direct debits, we had 271 left budgeted. That seems like quite a lot left budgeted, but the problem is the dollar and pound switch around a lot, and because one of our direct debits is paid in dollars, it depends kind of how that is. Travel, we budgeted way too much, and we've pulled that right down for next month. We had £183 left over in travel, and yeah, that's because we didn't really go anywhere this month. We didn't go and see my family, we didn't go and see Ocean's family, so yeah, because Manchester's been on local lockdown and stuff. Food was about right. We budgeted 150, we spent 119. Obviously this 119 doesn't include any meals that came out the rent meals, because that's rent meals. That's from the sinking fund, because that money is part of my rent. That's what rent meals is, by the way. I put £100 a month towards meals to take my parents out as part of my rent. So that's what rent meals means, if you were wondering. Socian's fund money, he started with 70. He starts with more than me because Patreon and the baked in and new planner fund is all stuff that's just really for me. Like baked in he gets some benefit from, and the Patreon I really see as charity rather than like me buying things. So yeah, but anyway, if I get rid of my planner sinking fund, that his extra money will probably go, but for now he's keeping it. That's where he gets more fund money budgeted than I do. So he got £70, he spent £22.56, which left him with £47. I budgeted £50 for me, I spent £66.73. I was like £3 over until like nearly the last day of the month when Anna from Lana Face did a D-stash and I bought some things. Whoops, that's partly why I made it. But I knew at that point we were pretty good on our other categories, so we had the we had the room to make that buffer okay. Other budgeted £30, spent £23.12, left with £6.88, fabulous. And sinking funds, as we've already been through, we spent £1,736.13. So yeah, overall we budgeted for £1,466.31. Including sinking funds, we spent £2,948.68, which means excluding sinking funds, we spent £1,200-ish, which meant left over we had £253.76. So that's fantastic. So that's where we are with that. So now let's go on and set up for September. Okay, so let's get on with planning for September. So I always like to start with, how do I do it this way up? A bit of washi along here and to cover up any days not in the month. So I just shove a bit of washi there and rip it off, and then I wrote this down. September starts on a Tuesday, and that's not at all straight. Excellent, let's get this a bit more straight. There we go. Can you see it? I'm sort of going slightly more September vibes with the rose gold, and then it ends on a Wednesday, so we need this. Oh, no. Oh my god, why can I not stick this down straight for the life of me? Let's try that again. There we go. So that's there. And no, rip, damn it, there we go. And then same at this side, but we finish on a Wednesday, did I say? Is that what I said? Wednesday, yes. 30th is a Wednesday. So that comes off there, and that is our days not in the month. Oh my god, why won't this washi tape rip? Is it going to be this sort of day today, I feel? What have I done to that poor washi tape? Sorry, that was so off camera and all over the place. I might need to neaten that up with a craft knife, but also I might not because it's quite clear washi. Anyway, good, moving on. Let's pop my September 2020 sticker down over the washi there. Is that centred? Centred. I don't like that this goes so much further off the top than it does at the bottom, but I'm gonna struggle to, no I'm not, peel a tiny bit off. There we go, good, that'll do just nicely. Right, next I'm gonna pop down all of the date dots, and I'm just gonna speed up while I do this. I am still going to be using my own little Bill Due Payday little stickers that I made ages ago. They are like some of the first stickers I ever made for myself, and in fact some of them are made on different papers because it's so far long ago that it was when I was like trying out different papers, and it's so strange looking back now at like what papers I used and stuff like that, and that's part of the reason. If you look carefully at the sheets, there's like some black circles on it, and that's basically from when I foiled some sheets on the page, because I had like one sheet of some of these different sticker papers. I used to stick my foil down with washi tape way back when. I don't anymore, and so that's from going through the laminator with washi tape, and then the washi tape is like coloured the sticker sheet, so that's not ideal, but I mean they're only for my personal use, so I don't really care that much. It doesn't make that much difference on the stickers themselves because they're like, it's not adhered to the coloured part of the sticker as much as it has the white of the page. So who was shouting at me that the month starts on a Tuesday? Because I would have been shouting at me too. That was pretty dumb of me. So now I have to move all my date dots. Oh, so annoying. I think it's because that washi, I didn't cut that edge of the washi off, so I didn't notice that it was wrong until I got to the end of the month and I was like, why does this not work? Date dots are one of the few things that I can't stick down very easily with my planner straight. Most things I now can, these days can, because I'm so used to filming, but date dots, particularly if I want them like neat, I need the page to be not straight. And in fact, generally upside down is the way forward for me. So there we go, that's all the date dots in. So now time to put my bill dues and paydays in. So payday this month, because of where the month falls, are gonna be the 25th. I don't think there's any bills due on the 25th. I made a list this month because I was actually prepared. But there are bill dues on the 28th, which is our other payday. So I'm gonna put down a bill due there first. I'm going to use one of the pinky coloured ones. These ones are all way too bright for this kit, so that's the problem. Quite a lot of things are quite pastel coloured, and so you use up like multicolours, you use the pastel ones first, which is kind of why I love Anna from Planner Faces things, because she does a pastel range as well as like the standard colours on separate sheets. So if you've used all of them, you can just buy the ones you want. There's a reason my favourite shops are my favourite shops, is really what I'm saying there. So that's paydays in, so let's mark in the other bills. So the first of the month is always a bill heavy day, as it is for most people. And then every Monday we have a bill due in the form of my boyfriend pays his rent weekly to my parents, basically. So there's those we're going to mark in next. Though that's probably going to confuse me because now I'm not like working through the days, but too late now. I don't like that that one is pink when that one's pink. I'm going to make that blue because I'm a fusspot. Fine. Then, so the 7th we've got the 10th. I have a bill due that is my boyfriend's phone contract. 14th is rent. 19th we pay our YouTube premium, which actually probably won't come out because that's a Saturday, but it's when it's due. Then the 20th is Mind, which is just a bit of money we give to charity every month. It's only a small amount, but it's something. 21st is rent. 24th is my phone bill. I'm having to go to the quite bright ones now, so I'm going to use this one from here. And then 28th is the last one, and that's already in. So that's all our bills and paydays. I will go through and actually write them in when we get there. So that's that spread complete. Gorgeous. So let's move on to actually setting up the monthly budgets. So if we look back at last month for a second, I'm taking out the savings, the debt tracker, because I'm not using them. There's no point in them being there. As you can see, the second part of the video is filmed before the first part. Inception! So, I think to make this work, I'm going to put a strip of washi at the top of this page, just to make things look good. And I'll cut that off properly in a second, because I'll cut it off the same width as my little title. And the title for this section is monthly budget. And what I like to do is just leave a small gap at the edge of the page. I think that's what I can do. And then it fits perfectly across. Yeah, fabulous. So whilst I'm popping down the stickers for this first page, I'll just explain what I'm doing. I am popping down the monthly budget header, and then the expenses, then the income and expenses section. I then leave a certain number of lines depending on how many of the things I have. So for example, I have 8 expenditure categories, so I leave 8 lines for that. And then yeah, that's it really. And then I'm just using like the glitter strips and a bit of washi to prettify the page a bit, because, you know, why not? I've got the space, so why not do that? Does anybody else find some washies rip dead easily and others just will not rip for the life of you? And you have to like be really careful, because I am having massive problems with ripping this washi, and I'm sure I don't normally, and I'm sure it's not just today. I'm sure it's washi tape, because I think I've had problems with it before. There we go, so that's the budget page all set up. I really like how that washi is top and tailing it. I think for the sinking funds page, I probably don't have space to put a full washi strip, especially because we've added a category for sinking funds. So I think I'm just going to glitter the top and bottom, and I'm going to use the 2 different greys. I think, wait, what colour are the sinking funds? Yeah, just going to pop down the sinking funds page as well, and it may well be I put some washi in at the bottom as well, but we'll see when we get to that point. So I'll just tell you what our sinking fund categories are while I'm running through that. So we have rent meals, which is part of my rent, car insurance and car work, toiletries, prescriptions, clothes, gifts, Headspace, which is a meditation app, which I pay yearly subscription for, holidays, electronics, new car, furniture, new planner, which we may not need but is there for the moment until I'm 100% sure I won't need it, baked in, which is a baking subscription box, indemnity insurance, exercise, GMC fees, work exams, textbooks and emergency fund. So there wasn't space for quite a full strip of glitter at the bottom, but it worked quite well. So for the sinking funds, I have 21 different categories for sinking funds, so that will go there. So on these 2 pages we put my weekly check-ins, and I think I need to just double check last month. I think I need all of this space basically. I think I have space for like glitter at the top and bottom, but I only have 3 strips of glitter, so we'll see. I'm going to start with a strip of glitter though, just because I want to basically, and I always like my spreads to start with a strip of glitter. I just think it looks better. So what I'm going to do for my weekly check-ins is I'm basically going to put the header for the start of the month, the start of the week, and then I'll leave a sort of reasonable amount of gaps, which will be for each category, so it will be 8 gaps, and then I'm going to put the next week's header. So our budget categories generally are direct debit, travel, food, fun money, and we both have our own sort of fun money category, just so that we make sure we're both spending fun money, really. And then other, and then we've got sinking funds, and at the minute we've just got a house thing that's not, it's basically unbudgeted stuff for the house, because we're not currently budgeting for like any costs associated with our house purchase. So they're just, you know, in as house. That's just for tracking rather than actually budgeting. So it took a bit of adjusting there at the end to make sure everything worked perfectly, but that works really well with the 2 glitter strips either end. And we've got each week check-in there. And I think that's all I'm going to use for now for the check budget kit. These will go in the back of my planner, and these will go into my general functionals. I don't use the savings because at the minute we don't have any savings other than for our house, and then once we've sorted that, we'll deal with savings again, and then at that point I'll stop putting this washi in and we'll have a bit of a savings tracker on this page, but for now I'm not using that. The transaction log is my weeklies. I'm not tracking our debt because our only debt is our currently our student loans, and they're the graduate tax, and I don't do cash envelopes. So yeah, that's that for the budget kit. So let's get on and set up our weeks. So I am going to go through first, I think, and put date dots on the kits, and then I'm going to set up the weeks. I'm just going to speed up and set these weeks up, and I'll be with you in a few minutes when I've done that. So this is actually the last month in this budget tracker, this budget book. I am going to make one more 3-month one, and then after that, next year, I'm going to move into a yearly one, which will have been one of the planners that I release. Will be a sort of yearly version of this planner here, but it will probably be dated. I'm generally going to be selling dated planners rather than undated planners. Basically because I feel like I can put my flair on them a bit better. Like this doesn't really have my flair on it because it's undated. I want things to be a bit more me than this one is really. It doesn't, yeah, because they're my planners, I'm making them, and I want them to have a bit of a flair of me, and otherwise, what's the point, you know? I don't know, what do you like? Basically I want to include some more of my lettering and stuff, and I think that's easier to do when it's a dated planner. And I know some people will like use date covers all the time and stuff, but also, meh. We'll see. I'm happy with the decision that they're mostly going to be dated planners. And it will mean I won't have to use date covers all the time, because these are actually my last One Page Wednesday kits. So from the new planner you'll see me just using date covers and leftover full boxes and stuff. And then colour coding, so I'll start colour coding our categories, which will make it slightly more difficult day to day, but it will be better for, you know, being able to tell what category things are and where we're spending lots of money and where we're not spending as much money. So I think that will be better in a lot of ways than this, but I do always like how colour coordinated these spreads look, and it's definitely a good option. Plus I have a ton of functionals that I can use for my colour coded stuff, so it does mean I don't have to buy One Page Wednesday kits for the moment. Unless I change my mind and decide actually I really miss the One Page Wednesdays and I'm going to go back to them. I've actually, filming this video, I have cut down one of the washi strips in the 2 planner face kits, just so that that's all ready for the spread, so that I can put these kits ready to go once we're done, which is exciting. So, obviously this week it does go quite a bit into October, because the week starts. Oh, I've used the 1, 2. Oh, I'm just thinking I should use the 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to be a bit of an awkward bit because it's going to be over 2 planners, but we will make it work as we always do. I actually find setting up these spreads dead relaxing, because it is just literally like throwing down some stickers, and it doesn't require any thought, and it's just quite nice. And they always come out looking cute, and it's just, yeah, they're some of the easiest spreads I do to set up, and it's just quite nice to have some sort of mindless stickering time, because part of the reason I budget with stickers is because it's pretty and it makes budgeting a lot more fun than it would otherwise be, because I'm like, yay, I get to play with stickers to budget. And if you're not checking in with your budget regularly, there's not a lot of point in budgeting. Let me know in the comments down below whether you're like Monday through Wednesday on one page and Thursday through Sunday on the other page, or whether you're like me and you do like right to left across the 2 pages. Like, I've always, like, this is the way that makes more sense to me, but I've seen other people do it like with sort of sidebar Monday and then like underneath the sidebar having Tuesday, and that just in my brain I'm like, what? This just makes more sense to me. But is that weird? Is that abnormal? What do other people do? Let me know, I want to hear. Also, what do you think of the format for this video? Obviously, I might have talked about it already, because to be honest, I've not filmed the bit of the video you've already seen at this point. I've not actually filmed yet. This is filmed after, no, this, oh, words. The setting up September is filmed after the, is filmed before the wrap up of August, because I can't wrap up August, and the reason I've moved the video, I can't wrap up August until August is over, partly because of when August ends. August ends on a Monday, and what are my words? August ends on a Monday, and it meant that our second payday, so Socians payday, was the Friday that normally when I used to would have put this video, good words, the day that I would have used to put this video up, which is the last Wednesday or Friday of the month. My new plan is to put up the budget video on the first Wednesday or Friday of the month for that month, so you don't get it before the month starts. But to be honest, I can't really wrap up but basically, because when I've done these before, I've then like spent more money after I've wrapped up my budget with you, and then I feel like I'm lying, because like I've then gone and spent more fun money and blown my budget a little bit, and I feel like I'm like hiding that from you, and I don't want to do that. I want these to be like as realistic as possible. I use all our real numbers, like I don't hide any of it, and I'm happy to do that. At the minute, certainly. That might change if like my boyfriend becomes a partner at GP practice and stuff, but at the moment our salaries are like pretty much set and we have not a lot of say in them, so it's a bit silly to try and hide it, because to be honest, you can find my salary out if you Google it. Well, no, you can find my base salary out if you Google it, and then my actual salary is a bit more difficult to work out, because our actual salary is our base salary plus any sort of incentives for extra hours, which is why, so mine and my boyfriend's base salaries are the same, but I earn a lot more than him at the moment, because I work a lot more than him and I work a lot more unsociable hours than him, so I get a bonus for doing that. Though that's not even quite actually true, but because he's a GP trainee, he gets a bonus for being a GP trainee because of incentives for people to do GP. Because they have to do that to make sure enough people become GPs. Who knew? Basically, because we need a lot more GPs than any other sort of doctor. Individually, I mean, you need as many general medics, which to be fair is what I applied to do. I like the training pathway I'm on is general medicine, but general medicine is undersubscribed, but not as undersubscribed as GP is. I think basically because doing gen med training gives you a lot more options than doing GP training. Gives you, I don't know why I started talking about my job in this, but I have, so we're gonna go with it. And just, yeah. I mean, my job is a big part of, you know, how I get paid, etc, etc, so it is kind of super relevant to these videos. So yeah, anyway, I've pretty much, well no, I haven't pretty much finished at the time I'm saying this, but by the time you're watching this I will have pretty much finished putting all these bases down, and I've rambled enough, so I'm gonna shut up and finish putting the stickers down. So obviously, like halfway through the end of this bit of sped upness, I realised that I used the wrong washi in the first bit of the plan with me, so I am going to go back and change that really quickly as well. which is a little bit annoying. I can't believe I did that. It was a bit stupid. I did think, like, I was putting this washi, basically I was putting the blue washi down, and I was looking at the kit and I was like, this doesn't match. Why did I pull out this washi to go with this kit? I didn't, in short. I didn't. I pulled out the floral to go with this sticker kit, and the blue was meant to go with the monthly, which matches the monthly way better than the floral did, but I just didn't think about that at the time. So I will go back and switch that up in a moment or two. Well, actually I've probably done it. By the time you're hearing this, I've probably already done it, but when I'm saying it in real time, I haven't. So it's been one of them video filming experiences. I mean, I could have just left the floral washi because it didn't not match, but I wanted to use the blue and I pulled it out to use, so I feel bad for it not using it. Do I feel bad for the washi that I'm peeling up and throwing away? No, because it wasn't meant to be there in the first place. What I do feel bad about is that's one of my favourite washis and I'm wasting bits of it because these bits that I've used are not reusable. But at the same time, like, I don't know, I've done it now. By the time I'm filming this, I've done it, and now I'm talking myself through it. I kind of regret changing it because I'm like, why am I wasting my life changing washi that I was happy with, really? But it's mostly because I feel like the blue washi matches better, and I'm here for better matching washi. I am definitely down for that. Cool, so that is all the weekly spreads done. So there are 5 weeks. So in the sidebar I just track no spend, and that's like no unnecessary spend rather than no spend, because obviously you can see it at a glance in the week when we've had no spend days. So that one's not actually finished because that's the week I'm filming this. So you can see there's like no spends those days. So let's go through and just write everything in. I do actually like to use a biro for this. I don't know why, I just do. So I do now have expected income for both of us. It is an estimate though, basically because we didn't get quite the right amount of pay this month, because not all of the month is, you know, in the year. not all of the month we were employed in our current jobs, so it's a bit hard to actually know, but that is a sort of an estimate. The numbers I've written in are an estimate based on the amount we got paid this month, so we'll see how close and not they are at the end of the month. So if for income, I tend to track how much I get from the NHS, who my main source of income, how much Soshin gets from the NHS, which is his main source of income, and then anything else we get, which is usually nothing, but just if we sell anything online or if I pay myself from Tilly Journals, that would go there. But at the moment I'm basically, any money Tilly Journals makes is going straight into back into the business, so not paying myself at the moment, which is fine. I'm quite happy to do that, because I want to make the business as good as possible, and then when it's sort of reliably happy, I will take some money. I didn't add up these totals. I'll come back in and add totals in a sec. So then our sinking funds, we have absolutely tons of sinking funds. What are our direct debits? Let me see if I can see my list still. So as for our actual budget categories, we have direct debits, which literally could be anything that comes out of our bank as a direct debit. So that includes rent, Patreon, BMA, which hopefully this is the last month I'm paying for BMA. They've cancelled, so to be fair, I pulled out my direct debits, but I budgeted for it just in case, because I'm not sure I trust them to not kick up a fuss. But I told them 6 weeks ago I wanted to cancel, so it's their own problem if, you know, they haven't actually followed my wishes, which, you know, is just more fuel to the fire is why I shouldn't be with them. 3, which is our phone bills, YouTube, Mind, and that's it at the moment. Obviously at some point that will include our house mortgage, our other bills, and I'm sort of wondering when we have that sort of bill, I might want to track how much we're spending on all of those things, just so I know. Though I probably do that in my spreadsheet, and I don't know whether I need to do that on paper, because everything I do on paper has a proper purpose. So like these weekly check-ins are basically to check in that we're not going super over budget every week, so that's why I do the weekly check-in. The only thing that's really like duplicated is the sinking funds. Like probably the monthly budget and sinking funds page is duplicate of what we do in Excel, but I add it up on paper first and then move that into Excel, so it's not at the same time. So actually Excel is the duplicate, but Excel is like the one that I'll keep forever, and like we can see month to month how much we're spending. So yeah, if you're wondering why Soshin has so much more fun money than me, it's basically because he didn't spend it last month, so his rolled over, and we've budgeted it a bit more this month anyway, generally. So we are all done for September, so let's flick through what we've done. So here is my monthly spread. I've since written in the different bills, so you can see those there. I'm excited for... I'm going to stop using these flags next month. I think I'm going to make myself little Belgian payday scripts, which will come to the shop as well. Some tinies for this. So that's those. So monthly budget. What have we budgeted for what? By the way, I wrote these in off camera just because I did. So I've worked out what I think our income will be, but we'll find out when we get paid. Some of that might be a bit generous. How much did I get this? I'm looking at my figure and wondering whether that's a bit generous, but we'll work that out later. So anyway, that's estimated budget, and once we've been paid this month, I'll know how much we're getting for the next few months at least. So that's good at least. Right, so direct debits, we've budgeted £697.15. So the reason this is so much less than last month, because last month we budgeted £816.31, is we've got rid of one of our BMA membership. Hopefully both of those, fingers crossed. I've told my bank I don't want it, but BMA haven't responded to my cancellation emails, so and there's one less Monday, so my boyfriend's paying 1 week's less rent in this month. Travel we cut down to 230. We only spent 183 last month, but we've cut it down to 230 rather than even lower, because we didn't go anywhere last month, and we might go to Manchester, or we might go and see my sister this month. So yeah, food we've left at 150. I think that's like 50 quid for groceries and £100 for eating out, but like it's kind of whatever. Soshin's fun money, he has £165 because he has the like 45 carried over, his extra 20 that he gets, and then the 100 that we've budgeted for ourselves this month. So we budgeted £100 each this month. He gets an extra 20 because of the extra bits and pieces that I get through other means, and he had 45 left over, so he has £165 worth of fun money to spend. He's always sort of been a money hoarder and like just squirrels money and doesn't really spend it, and he's not used to like budgeting, so he's not used to like his new phone coming out of electronics or whatever. He's like, but that's my fun money. No, this is actual like hobbies and video games or whatever things that you want to do money. And he's like, I don't know how to live like this. He'll get used to it though, and I think he'll quite enjoy it when he is used to it. Anyway, that's what that is. So my fun money is £100. That is more this month because Colourful and Co have a Kickstarter going live this month, and I want to buy into that. And I think the Strawberry Lime Designs and Planner Face Advent will be on sale this month, so that's for that too. Other, we've budgeted £45. This is more than last month because we've budgeted £15 for stickers for this planner, budget stickers for this planner. So that's that. And then sinking funds and house we haven't budgeted for. So sinking funds is all here. We've kind of budgeted for, but in a different way. And house money, that's just stuff we need to spend on the like our house purchase, and that's not budgeted for because we're not like 100% sure where that is, and that's not like included. we've got money set aside for that. That's not coming out of our monthly paycheck, if that makes sense. Anyway, we also don't, by the way, we don't work on a zero, well, you can tell, our income is much, much higher than our total expenditure. But yeah, but that's also because this 1,700 also comes out of that. But even with those, that's not anywhere near that much money. But that's partly because we're renting privately and not paying any of our bills at the moment. Anyway, so yeah, that's that. Quickly, I'll go over what we've put into sinking funds. So rent meals is set at 100. We always put that in. We've worked out our car insurance to put in 80. I think my boyfriend's car insurance is due this month. We put £600 into car work because this is a minus number and I'm not okay with that. Toiletries we've set at 30 and that's just staying as this. Prescriptions we worked out to be 28. Clothes we've put another £80 in. Gifts again we've worked out, which is 160. Headspace we've worked out, which is 420. Holiday we've just put in the 125 standard. Electronics, new car, furniture and planners we've just put in the base amount that we'd normally put in. In fact, I think most of these we just put in a base amount. So put £100 towards electronics. We might have to up this because my phone is really, really on its last legs. We're going to have to put up new car in at some point because we're now definitely going to have to replace Ocean's car in the next year. But again, we're sort of waiting to see how much we have to spend on the house purchase, and then we're going to look at putting extra money towards that. Furniture, we're just putting £75 in at the minute. This is because we're going to like slowly, we're putting so much in this because we want to slowly, we've got a lot of cheap furniture for the buying of our house, but we want to slowly like replace that with nicer furniture, so that's why we're putting so much into like furniture. Planners, I'm still putting £10 into this. I am actually going to spend some of this month because Chelsea Paper Co is doing a Kickstarter for B6 and Hobo Weeks size bound planners and I want one. I've got a Hobo Weeks, I want the B6 as well. Anyway, baked in is a fixed amount. Exercise is a new sinking fund to us for things like protein. So his protein came out of his fund money and his armband for running came out of his fund money, but really like that's about his health, so it should come out of exercise. Like it shouldn't come out of his fund money in my opinion, and he agreed. He was like, yeah, sure. Indemnity, that's the amount we have to put in. GMC, that's the amount we have to put in. Work exams, we put 100 in because we worked out that's one work exam each a year, I think. That's how expensive our work exams are. Textbooks we put in 20, and emergency fund we've not planned to put anything in. So that's that. Our weekly check-ins are set up there with our starting budget there. This will fill up as the month goes on. Then we have our monthly spreads. So obviously it is now later than when you just watched me set this up because we've now put in some money here because it's the first one I'm filming this video. So that's the first week and that's a Colourful & Co kit. So second week using a Planner Face kit, third week using another Colourful & Co kit, and the fourth week using another Planner Face kit, and the final week using another Colourful & Co kit. And that is it and all I have for this video. So yeah, it's been a long one. Let me know down below what you think of this format, what you want to see in the next one, whether you found this helpful. Yeah, I feel like I've talked a lot and yeah, I think I've done a good job of explaining things, but let me know down below if I haven't. If you've got any questions, I'd love to hear about it. How is your budget looking for this month? I am excited. I'm hoping we're going to complete on our house this month, so yeah, we'll see. Thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!